Hey guys, it's time for another episode of Your Morning Commute with Brutal Lynx or Lynx Bear. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? I'm going to actually turn down my heat for a little bit so that way you can hear me. So, there hasn't really been much in the news. We do have a little bit of ratchet fuckery that did occur. I got to see this crazy ass video. Basically a bully getting what the fuck she deserved. I mean, if we're gonna really talk about it, you know, she got what she deserved. It was this whole Jade video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but basically this poor girl, and what I'll do is I'll try to put a link at the bottom. There's this poor girl who, you know, the video opens and we're obviously in the girls' locker room. So the locker room scene's happening, and you can see that there's, you know, one girl with her hand behind her back, just kind of like, you know, at a standoffish, saying, you know, letting this girl know, once you touch me, it's on, right? So the bully is around there doing stupid bully shit that you know immediately the bitch can't fight, right? So what she's doing is she's around there trying to get all, like, she's jumping at the girl and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck are you jumping for? And then she gets all close to the girl. She's like, what, you gonna hit me if I touch you? You gonna hit me if I touch you? Hands all in the girl's face. She touches the girl, and this girl, when I say all of boxing greatness came out of her shit, she could have kicked Layla Ali's ass with the fucking hits she was throwing. She was fucking this poor little bitch up. And then the little girl, and then the bully, oh, what's this on my face? Kept trying to change the damn subject during the fight. It's like, bitch, you cannot get into a fight and like, start the fight, no less. And then once your ass gets hit, you want to talk about stuff. Oh, what's wrong with my face? Oh, my weave. Oh, my this. Like, bitch, you know what? You shouldn't have even started this shit. Don't start none, won't be none. So, of course, she just got her little ass whooped up and down. And then every time she tried to come back, this bitch was getting more bricks thrown at her ass. I mean, she was fucking this girl up. I about died laughing, but at the same time, I was like, what are we coming to where it's okay to get in the fight and record it? Not only do you record it, you put the shit up on YouTube. What the fuck are you people thinking? This is what I mean when I say that today's youth have no idea of what behaving like a civilized person really fucking means. Because you can't go to a job, have somebody that you don't like at that job, and then, you know, punch them in the fucking mouth. You can't do it. You can't have a job and this, you know, sit around and think you're gonna bully somebody. That shit doesn't work in the real world. You know, that's kind of part of growing up. You know, part of growing up is kind of realizing that not every problem can be solved with a fist, and that violence really is a self-defense thing in today's world, in today's America at least. In today's America, you should not have to fight unless you is trying to keep somebody from fucking you up. That's it. There's no other reason to fight. And it's not glorious to fight. It's not glorious to win a fight. It's definitely not glorious to lose a fight, especially if you started it. So, you know, we have a lot of these man children and women children out there where, you know, they getting grown. I mean, these girls were teenagers. You know, there was a day and time where, you know, at 15, 16 years old, you were married with a house, kids, a job. It wasn't no joke. So what makes today's youth so different? And that's a question that I just don't know. Is it the punk ass parents? Or is it just bad parenting where, you know, they allow these kids to think that the world owes them something? I don't know. Yeah, it's just something that needs to be fixed. Like, no wonder why, you know, in Black America, we have a problem with jobs, or getting jobs, or keeping jobs. You get to a job and act like a goddamn fool. What the fuck is wrong with you people? And you can see it starting when they're teenagers. You know, you can see this. It's very apparent where they'll get into a fight because somebody stepped on their sneaker. It's like, you can't do that in the real world. Your ass will get arrested. Your ass will go to jail. The cops ain't afraid to do that shit. And I tell you now, when you're playing in the white man's field, I'm not one for racism, blah, 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 yada, yada, get that out the way. But there are still some simple truths. And some simple truths are that this is a white man's country. And when you play by his game, you have to play by his rules. And if you want to make it in America, his rules are the rules that count. No other rules count. So if you can't play by his rules, you might as well just call it a fucking rap. But most of these kids out there don't feel like they're going to get anywhere anyway because of their punk-ass parents that can't fucking teach them the difference between right and wrong. I'm so over it. Though the video was funny. There's a link to the video down below. The video was still funny, though. I think that bitch deserved every hit she got. But really, recording that shit. And then the fucked up part was that it was obviously one of her friends recording it. Bitch, come on. Whatever. What else? Oh, Jesus, Christians have a new pope, or Catholics have a new, whoever, you know. You all fall under that same umbrella of Catholicism. So, you guys have a new pope. That's cute. For the first time in 1,200 years, this is the first pope that was not European in over 1,200 years. There was one that was, I know that there were some that were African, over 1,200 years ago. I don't know if they were white or black, but they at least came from the continent of Africa. And there was one from the Middle East. But this is the first one from the Americas, from the New World. He's from Argentina. And he's taken the name of Francis after Francis of Assisi. If anyone knows who that is, great. If you don't know who that is, I am not here to be your 100% teacher, so look that shit up. But St. Francis of Assisi is what this guy is named after, and that's great. So far, he's breaking a lot of traditions, which everyone is actually very hopeful about. You know, they're hoping that it's a good sign that if he's breaking, these traditions this early, such as not coming out in full papal garb and everything else, for his introduction, that, he's going to bring some change to the church, which, truth be told, the Catholic Church does need some changes outside of, them allowing you to fuck little boys. That's not cute. But they're hoping for some changes. I'm not Catholic. I'm not Christian. I'm not an atheist either. I do believe that there is a higher power out there. I do believe that all the religions are right. God knows his name regardless of what you call him. And, I'm just not one for the whole organized religion thing. The organized religion thing, it holds too much power over people as opposed to giving them spirituality. It makes them surrender to control. And if you're going to follow the teachings of Jesus, Jesus did say that you need no building or no man to know God. Sorry about that. Your relationship with God is personal. Your relationship with God is one that only you can know. You need no man and no building to know God. So, the very idea of organized religion is very anti-Christian to me. It doesn't hold to a Christian tenet. So I'm glad you guys have a new pope. I think that's cute. That's great. His stance on homosexuality still leaves a lot to be desired. Especially given that he's a Jesuit. And what kills me about it is that, the Jesuits are the scholars. The Jesuits are the ones who kind of were, forced the acknowledgement that Paul was most likely a closeted homosexual, that there really is no mention of homosexuals in the Bible in a negative tone, and that the words that were used to describe homosexuals were the trusted ones. The question is, why were they called the trusted ones? They were called the trusted ones. It was gays and eunuchs, actually. And if you don't know what a eunuch is, E-U-N-U-C-H, I think is how it's spelled. Look it up. Basically, it's, guys with no balls. So we were trusted ones because we could be trusted with the women. We could be trusted to protect the women, to make sure that, virgins were, remained virgins, yet protected. They needed someone. Sorry, guys. They needed someone who could protect them without posing a threat to, the threat of sex, the threat of male sex. So, and that was wrongly translated, even. So we're looking at, a pope who is a scholar or a Jesuit that has a kind of arcane stance on some things that the Jesuits have already brought to light. So I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. What I would love to see a change in is with their whole stance on feeding the poor and doing Christ-like things, feeding the poor, embracing the prostitute, understanding that you're not to judge anyone else. His stance on homosexuality may be one thing, but he cannot judge you on it, nor can they deny you religion or the kingdom of God for it. That would be great to see that kind of a change, come to the Catholic religion and everything that falls under it. That would be a great change of pace. But yeah, that's all I really got. Oh no, I do have something else. What is this girl's name? Cindy Williams? I think her name is Cindy Williams. I'll find it and put a link to it. I'm not one for war. I'm not. War is, to me, kind of ridiculous. We're causing more damage and more harm than we are solving with it. So there's this woman who is now standing against, our service members getting raises. She makes a ton of money and has no idea how our service people have to live. These are people who do what they're told. They're told that they need to protect this country, lay down their lives for it, and everything else. They give that kind of commitment and are then told to live in poverty. In all reality, I do not feel that senators or politicians in any way, shape, or form should be set for life. They really should not. That type of thing should really be based on performance, much like any other damn job. Performance-based. And they really should not be set for life. The people who should be set for life are our service members, are our men and women in the military. They're out there giving their lives for this country. For right or wrong, they're still giving their lives for this country. And if you're going to give your life for a country, that country should, damn well better take care of you for life. So, I'm kind of pissed off about that, and I kind of feel that, anyone who knows someone in service, if you don't know someone, in military service right now, just the simple fact that the military takes care of you. Write to your Congress members, write to people, get your voice and your message heard. We're given a vote for a reason. Write to your Congress people, let them know that our servicemen and women are the ones who deserve to be set for life. And that politicians are the ones who deserve to have to be, have to worry about pensions based on their performance. And if their performance is lackluster, they get nothing, just like everybody else. I'm sick of my tax dollars paying for, homes for these people. Not homes, cars, with drivers even. The bitches can't even drive themselves. So that needs to end, and the people who really do deserve the money from our tax dollars are the people out there dying every goddamn day for it. But that's all I got for you guys this morning. Hopefully everybody is feeling nice. It's a balmy 33 degrees after having like damn near 60 for, a day or two. But spring has sprung. The clocks are ahead. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I'm back in my car. So, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you all tomorrow.